This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Boadu TV ni ye mamu nyina kwaba emfambra so na we de eto yenti simu ewo eye nana Otu Darko akache wode wona na no odin akode ama NDC for pa se omonhwe na omanka se omo ye pre-bargaining ne ho kone bai se nipa na wi ende na so disika ne beba ana ode mu half beba na yeja no hwe was it is better se mo bema nipa na rot in health sales than se mo bejisika na munim na mo jisika na it Ofori Atta ba mo bejisa ne sika na mo jana na Otu Darko no watu ja bebre.
There is a very big difference between President John Dramani Mahama and some other presidents that we have seen, especially in the last 8 years. Because now Kwame Kwachi Zuze as a President Mahama lining up the major ministers, technical ministers. It is a question. Na efa energy huwa na jonji na pose mini. Yebisa question na efa Galamsey huwa na ama Kofi bu asemini. Yebisa question na efa Humesuya huwa Haruna Idris semini. Yebisa question na efa Amanoni nsem huwa Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa esemini. Yebisa question na eda emra na Kwame susu se ehono na lawyer ayine enso ayiniti eti no a yebisa question say bia e fata gold board hui na ebia anka asami jemfia be ya no ana me ka kire Kwame say there is a very big difference between John Dramani Mahama ono no oye bookworm. He may not know all. In fact, no one man can claim expertise of knowledge. No one man. Yasi nyansa nim die hui. Ete se onyine dia. Ni patini bia ni one in some yenu betimi ehia. And I'm not here to say that John Dramani Mahama is the end of wisdom. Certainly, obe lucky bibi. But it is obvious that the president of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, has decided that he will always make us proud. And look, if I was not a Ghanaian yesterday, and I'm a Tiffy and a meteor, President John Dramani Mahama, not only in his articulation of Otra and Niema Waye, but all answer questions from eminent journalists in this country. And Kameka say, minyaya kapapeya mi mampeni. But I'm so proud, ladies and gentlemen, that not only am I a journalist under his watch, I'm a citizen of the land. And he is my president. So firstly, Oman Penny, congratulations. And what's the presidency in him? And what's the Waman Gan in him? And what's in Central? Because and Yama beside were myriad, bebre, different sectors of Ghana's economy, of Ghana's political landscape. And yet, Waman Penny John Dramani Mahama Trese, what they be biase from economy A to economic Z, from politics A to politics Z. It was obvious. It was obvious. In fact, there were certain questions, for instance, concerning Crawford, US4, yes, one be deported one. There are a lot of journalists in Ghana. But President Kreti Michiremu, extra the nationals of those people. And why under the bracket of ECOWAS in the account? Ghana, Beye Ejinapen and Sana, they'll be repatriated back to their nations. That is the kind of a president you and I, we have. Today be a mitrasia. I am a catcher that was a meet Nana Otu Darko. Semisha president. Semisha president is neither here nor there. Say president be frame. Say president in frame. Is neither here nor there. Nemom say ye nyina ye betimi ahye president den. Ye tu ne fopa. Ya hye ne nkran. Na wodi eniema pasisi akwam na mfaso dani bia ka me ne wono de. Eye very very important to us. Eti enu ye nia edikan. I'm here firstly to commend the president on that. Secondly, Memo Ghana in some for Abaso. Mube break se Sabi Penyufuanim Utrima Bobil. Questions Biuha Mubisa ya. Who here Ghana, Ninkan Kron Ninchiche. Memo Bakudi Yobi. Naminkas will be question. Who on fast was will be. There be. And into me can't let me say. The who on fast was in 9. Na se da 9 bekas in 9 ya no. Baby ani opese wani ko hunu no obey dey duro. Eti questions bi a mo bi say bia hu hia. But enan kwamo no. Mi twa kwakohwe enkrofo bi mu a. Wana dan no who naysayers, detractors of John Dramani Mahama. Nya ba bia nyo fe. Awko sachira koma enye ne fe. And one of those guys, Manas Azuri. Manasi Azuri. I'll come to him. One of those guys, Manas Azuri. I'll come to him. You see, no credit said. Platform way too big to discussing. I'll not pretend at all. So I'm here to discussing. I'm pretending. I'm pretending. But Utien Koma Manas Azuri Rezia, or person what me Otu Darko say. John Dramani Mahama is a failure when it comes to the fight of Galamsey. Or person what Yana Otu Darko me catch and say what bong. It is not about profile tron and Trezor Manas Azuri. Masa, Yenina, there are a lot of journalism and the masquerade ye be a journalism and the cover. Be a what do you say? Oh, Dogana, see Otu Darko. Nam chiro. Move a bremo de mafune nam. Yes, sir. And I'll come there. I'll come there. I'll come there. Because, and Kamia says some people, one they are some trim thinking say, Ghanaian journalism is a reserve for certain people in this country. In Kurasa money. And found in here. Abain kumbi baye as long as only abain ni nsiano abain nye and one of them Manas Azuri. Sometimes he pretends around the president and Mr. President would have been blame wom krofo a ekuma mu okurum ha some benya opportunity po akwako share President John Dramani Mahama e be take home 1 million years and yet they are the journalists fighting for John Dramani Mahama, but hypocrites like Manas Azuri Opa manika so person who John Dramani Mahama. The next day, not in nature, a picture. People who rise up in the defense of John Dramani Mahama. Opa bisa kwame kwache said that no call John Dramani Mahama. And yet people like Kwame Kwache mu no meet my IBR in making sure that the president will succeed. But people who ill criticize, your criticism is constructive. I just say, Manas Azuri catch them say, Galamsey, as I'm not here. And your course school in your subject in any yard yet. Ebia Manas Azuri were very good in writing, but when it comes to the import of writing, won't here. Eti, you ever say, well, try subject now, but when you got to Galamsey subject, or fairly portal, and that is why he's showcasing. Kwame. Mr. President Kanema Bebre, issues regarding rent, issues regarding Enyema Waye, economic one, Wubenya ye, Nutimi ye in a short possible space of time. Or Kanyema regarding gold board, Sikapudua Edeba, to the extent say, Honorable Sami Jemfia Daruma, and gold refinery enche ye gold anke tu no amono ayede kwama no ne ema ye mfaso bebre no ye na ye de befagem ne yetimi de aye nsomade yetimi de aye chains na Ghana nya so mfaso. There were a lot of things, plethora of them, from sanitation to roads to a lot of places. It's an amateur journalists for bisa very, very important questions. But largely, Ojan Komono Akosunwa, Esan Kwa, ne etra ababesi mining or illegal mining. Yeah? Sami Otu Darko metrana moka say, aban way and 100% in the fight against illegal mining. Na ma bodam. Na me yarefo. Na me nimi nyansa. I can never minti na konya Bruce Wayne can't say John Dramani Mahama Mobile, they've been able to win the fight against Galamsey Adam Yariana. It is obvious they have not been able to win. However, it is also correct that they have made every attempt to fight this nonsense. So before you criticize John Dramani Mahama or Amakofibua, comment kakrana wana yeno, then criticize baby about the sorry I'm casting. Hey, see journalism never for journalism ye nyansa ye catcher of mine. Kwame, there be a Miss BBC presenter ben. Chia, no my family gramenko. Omutimintua. You see, Kwame, see, in the first place, Adia Bakwa, Kwame, me mekani say, mene abai we nyadwene. Me, and I don't know how well to explain. Me a mini pa Amakofibu akre explain ya mentiaze. The declaration of state of emergency in Galamsey areas. Kwame, I don't know how President Mahama will convince me. Mentiaze. Because when NDC was in opposition, it was one of the songs they were singing around. Said Otu Darko in Galamsey areas and declare a state of emergency. Today, you are in power. Oh, become profile me. Afena munim say your semantics, ni phonetics in English. Afena, wo baba church mu say enya possible say you bet to declare state of emergency. Now what position na? Wo catch la Akufo-Addo so declare state of emergency no. Na dey na mo nyina so. Please, we should not be titia ho ne ensresre. We should stop tickling ourselves and laugh. If indeed we are serious in this fight against Galamsey, otherwise we are all bunch of jokers. So munim senior Galamsey ekum nipa anka will be more serious with that approach. And no ananka me Jenny say the likes of Manasa Zudimobeye. But to call the president a failure, to call the attempt fights of Galamsey a failure, no, then it means that such people and Kamiako said they don't analyze things constructively. And Kamiako said, more penny people fire no matter. I did say data, said some George Adaro Maswati. To the Kotu Facebook now, Anya, Obenya 1 or 2 stages a review, a Bianca Ghana web buffet. So, in as much as Kwame, I think that you're commending government in some of the things that almost here, and I'll come there. No? Let's also point out to government here. Governments can never be fully right when it comes to the fight against Galamsey. Bibi anyone may hear more Mahama Bemu since send you bet to me Galamsey. Bibi anyone. Yeah, maybe you call me, you're me an inch. If I tell you people who call us, say they are ready to give us cars, they are ready to give us undisclosed amount of money. In some of the calls, Obi Frank Catcher say, they will add car. Yet the say yen send free Amakofibu echi. You see Amakofibu obi ani na chi o. Wo ya de pa enti de yeka bibu ano on kama busu kan. Ama Kofi Boy is not my friend. Call him. But I just realized that as a minister in charge of lands and natural resources, and for once, your new minister be a wire crowd of person who Galamsey, and that is why people like us, ye kasa na and Kamiako say what the cause of Ama Kofi Boy. But me I never good for. There are people who called and say, yes, I didn't want to say this on radio, but can't say yes, free machina, you may do machi. Do you know why? Because yent me ultimate mommy $1 million po mami ko sensu adam yare yara Yesu Christo mpo no ahuma bra na nanom bebisa me enti in this fight against Galamsey we are all serious about it. So the issue with declaration of state of emergency, meaning how difficult is it for this government? And answer baby ya tu sa Galamsey na you declare state of emergency na be hano NDC for concessions or hana. Because that is the only conviction. Ubeti me akatem say enunti yen declare. Ebi an NDC for penny for bi our concession areas bi enti declare be affect them. And yes idea why how is it difficult? In the first place also person ko Galamsey now to us here. And you say declare state of emergency one kind of opposition what ba afa who say explain different. And this if I'm best so send my way so no one be pattern. Mon ka no krench redamfo. Sa no kure bi na na mpese manasa zure mu ka wunyansam. Ka no krench redamfo. Otu Darko betena no ka LI 2462. Ene. Honorable Ama Kofi Boy. Lead crusade they say that very provision should be repealed. Time NDC war position. Catch the Ghana for say that very law Nana Akufo-Addo here ninye enti yan repeal it. Then NDC came to power. Yan kwati osomo be amend it. Ano Otu Darko betran hey. The fact is that me support mo. Me pemasem me to abama John Dramani Mahama. Na 2028 kura wan hia mesia to abamo. Enkyere se mu ni se hunu. That law must be revoked because Ghana is more important than any political party in history. And Nyankopon chadum minister na gene ye adwuma te say Ama Kofi Boy actually say he believed that law should be repealed. Fantastic minister. Some of these things somewhere you think say be ebe kan no atomwana. Ye kan no ntumu ho. The point Kwame me making is say enema bi wo ho no mu a ye betimi de ako. Yeah? Ora manasa zuri. Naimus and President Bosso Enra, National Anti-Illegal Mining Operation Secretariat. The nationalized group, they are in charge. So I'm going to Galamsey. And before I forget, maybe Yanka San found Munchre Kenobua, I will lead Naimus. Naimus should be in charge, but you should replicate your wings. Then I'm a battery. One Naimus, Mutiminko. One Naimus, to say bia, Naimus near king. Eti yabachi mosinwa. The next day, no, nebi a kwesi kuma bremai. The next day, nebi a coach for praso. Uba osuno Galamsey for be free for praso so mobile. So yes, let's use the same Naimus, but young consider Galamsey areas. Now young replicate the effort of Naimus. It is a Naimus yetena. This time, let's make it 100. Now every Galamsey region be a 10. Led by the same Kenobua under the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources. Then we are fighting. Because it was almost any paboni for no a person to Galamsey. Nyayanka Minister of Lands and Frigo. Ma o Kenobua kore you free no. There are plenty. It was almost money down. It was almost money down. And then some you bet to come radio so. But then some you making one tea see our bedroom. It was almost money down. Na nipa won ne nante no Kwame was saying free with you. Huh? Mi bube. Se oni obi nam. Na o sen free wachi a. Unhu da. Eti debia ordinano fafa be sra kyerɛw. Ba ne tirimu de o sen free wachi a che. Antwe yi a na people who are ready to die for their motherland akɔ sign every papa nachi. And now when the inactiveness of 9 months and their leadership. And the young country and for say we agree. Sir Osha the 9 months operations are almost ye juma. We agree. Sir Osha the guard initiative by blue water guard initiatives are almost ye juma. We agree. Send water pumps by 900. Yaji Ayadiama Ministry of Agric, according to President. I done me who Honorable Eric Opokua. Or no so air chairman Kuyafo. And Chabechamum. Yeah. But he took custody of it. We agree. Say several champagne so much no yashino. Because I don't know where you can be also. We agree. Say excavators don't do our magie and then it's gone to the military installations. Ahodo. So the government is making every effort. So Baku Galamsey. I know the enokre. I don't know me person the lives of Manasa Zurimu. Because 8 years here near Timuina Manasa Zurimu Kroma. Young Wakwaya, Nana Kufad Mofaso Galamsey, from Pomboate report that Bain Namumanasa Mutra Krataba said we should make sure say they are prosecuted. At this opportunity be a man, then you jump into popularity. We will not allow you. This time is Munkab. Now again, me moving my attention and call. Maybe I'll speak to 3 areas. Time me moving my attention and call this plea bargain thing. As a president, and me kasa me kwa me kobisa president. And yema miensa. How far with PDS? See a kind. How far with Ora? And then we are no more juma because no we are there. Why me na me kwen ye because of Bibinti. But and we are no more so coy. Mr. President, Ebwebwa and some on this plea bargain thing. And an issue, you know. Who said you better marry no so man. You better make decide, say, okay, what the park need the yanka $1 million. Yan fanning kotum. Name yanka who said Nikotumwa was 7 sentence in his canashi. Only park win so kwakwa prison. One year koto biano, yan year koto bianiamano. Yan year koto nswamanano. Baby or that yan year hunka. Eti ebimusu susu say. Any other thing a plea bargain in yajuma. Eti any may $1 million. But no matter catcher say, my crowd will say metria. Eti munjum $1 million. Ebimusu say, and when your President Mahama decision. Ebimusu say you just have $1 million na ebabwa oman no enkankro say $1 million ne be hye no nipa akona kwakodem anokwasa no say utie nia enhyechemu mampanin ede baaye no de a anka ne kwaso ado so me ne nya adwene mi Otu Darko me ne mampanin nya adwene and me pese me kai me mampanin say we Galamsey ni say microphone free on moi. The major reason why we voted him into power is on the basis of accountability. So people will suffer the pains of the laws in our prisons. Plea bargain, yeah, but a secondary matter. Because I know me try hand kaze. So we are $10 million. Now we see only parkuni sa fed your betria. In the name of plea bargain, eti mujis kani we are no afan wa kwedi dia. Me nso me ko wia obi board dia. Me ka tira judge ni say me sra no. My ready say me de board dia me ma no. Me na ya wusu afu me ka board dia no foforo nam de abesha nan. Eno so ye plea bargain. Saban timi dia na se dia, e dem so me de ne ntiase. Some talks cannot always favor the political class to the detriment of the ordinary people. They say the ordinary Ghanaian kocha bodia. Yes, we call you bodia. You didn't 10 years. What the parkour say, Mr. Bodia, na me trying me person me plea bargain. Oba na say me kocha bodia for frabe abesa nan. So me tua. Munya mame nkwa. Eno de munyai. Na politician ko wia $10 million was my ready say me tua. No ma jisika no ma jai no. Hey, what kind of armed robbery system are we encouraging in our country? Okay, it's all kwachi armed robber. What's a mesramo? Sikana me ko wia no 500,000 cedis pe. Me plea bargain. Plea bargain here then. Sikana me wia no. Me ko wia we bia Bank of Ghana. Ana sikano me ko wia o GBC. It impact 500,000 no. My ready say me tua mo ma me fa me honkodi. Sane emra. If this is what plea bargain is about, Mr. President, it will be our joy that these people will rather suffer in hell of prisons than we taking that money from them. Obit is like Ofori Atta also be plea bargain to Metiasia. Everybody say, can Ofori Atta tiase ma bogana krono. Eti me can Ofori Atta, my head ready say me PS can muma me fam honkodi. Hey, John! Kroma! Mr. President, no way. You be shaping that focus of the so-called plea bargain. And Mr. President, so Papa, don't be deceived. MPP themselves, from your confirm be risk into them this law nearby. Because time we campaign even before 2020 elections. Nyanamu can say sika MPP we are no. Muba mu making sure say mu betu matum. And you think say omu fa kwan bi so nyane mfiri mu nsam ana. It quickly they decided say let's bring a certain law in front of plea bargain. You see a be wieska. Name because of that law. Mu de yakotuma yes say okay I ready see betua. No mo jawom. Meanwhile Mr. President, so we are $10 million $10 million no. Obi di kind at the quarter treasure bill. Treasure bill no 1 year per annum 27%. It kwame, who they say $1 million crampa. It means say $270,000 ever become at the end of the year. Can you imagine? So yes, can or the two a year treasure bill on for 5 years. $270,000 times 5. And no quite about to because or can't plea bargain, you are going to take only the principal of $1 million. No, what's your enough and work with the according to $270,000 times 5. What kind of plea bargain is that? What kind of plea bargain is that? So, Mr. President, don't be deceived. One will share that the same money by because some ya cron for, some be wieska, some bar, my already some betuamatum. They don't want to go to jail. It won't the plea bargain by. It we are somebody who could say, you see, a question comes one way. And you are falling for this kind of law. That is why we gave you supreme majority. That is why we have made you a supreme leader, Mr. President. That is why you have the highest take of majority in parliament. Samraminya, revise the law. We have given you full authority. But we don't say. Say because MPP decide by until we follow. And yes, sir, Mumami have to say, NDC politicians, ni MPP politicians, munyina the same. The left robs the back of the right, and the right robs the back of the left. Please do not let us get to that understanding. Why? Why? Mimi who you know? And even Mr. President, so I say, Attorney General, and when it's some the enemy is Attorney General, Empo, some person will continue with the so-called plea bargain. Munyan say, maybe $10 million. $10 million now, maybe based on the count, Sanki Ademiko Tumwa, Ebian Kamedam 20 years. But because me say, me person me plea bargain, my already said me $10 million amamo. Eti, my already, na me $10 million amamunti. Me nyankom 20 years bill, mo better swab 2 years. That makes sense. So you would have taken your money and the guy would have still served a jail sentence. Now you're interested, dear Cassia, I'm a crumb for a witchery. But you don't tell me that somebody will steal my money for 8 years. The mimi si can be a juma buy treasure bill. Yeah, the Nikotuma or Semaya plea bargain. Now with your principal never could the interest. I'll never fall for this law, Mr. President. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll never fall for this law, Mr. President. So that area of plea bargain must be looked at. We shouldn't be deceived. Say, you benye sika back. Sika no mede maye no, it will not be of the same value as compared to the past. Because sika way, sometimes, in fact, most of the time, it depreciates in value with the passage of time. It depreciates in value. One Ghana cedi, near 10 years ago, and then one cedi ain't mean top. Sika and Tessa Sase, which appreciate in value. $10 million will be VI 8 years ago. It will not be the same as today if the person pays and goes scot-free, Mr. President. I'm sorry. That plea bargain must be reviewed to include that, yes, we are ready to take the money, but we will reduce your sentence for you. It is a 10 years Nankabeko prisoner, you will serve 6 months. Or we can include, say, yes, pay the money, but we include a non-custodial sentence. It's just can we are for 6 months, you be more prep makola market. So can you imagine, say, we'll be to say Ofori Atta and I give to your worry. And I do wine, and I chama won't to be. So we will plea bargain. Yeah, Jessica, we are. No, baby, say KJT market. What they are saying, come say, many chairman won't to be. Many cromphona me Jim Musika say, Mamma, Koyakwana Manjano. No, Mamma, not KJT market for 6 months. That is proper plea bargain. That's all people trace Kafan where did there. You never Jessica near Tria, I'm telling you. And yes, Adia. Mese papa no so come de no kotwa obi board ye no yesu ye be plea bargain me na na wafu ye be kotwa board na be si anan muntimi nya mra ma ne favor political class na ye hia fo de mo se mra no dabi yesu ye plea bargain no ye wi akokọ a ye sra mu fama enkotum ye be kopa akokọ be sha anan ye plea bargain. What kind of law is that? Yes, and Kwam. And now one question I know Sanka yet minim sort here LGBTQ plus. Question be am for LGBTQ plus. I was thinking say, but anyways, and you know the bit maybe sir questions. But Kwame no question. Na ko omofa ko department da be na beko. Oh. Sam George. It's on Nania bro. Only DSTV in community. But and the president in Suka Debi Maniyamide. Or see you dedicated 3.5 billion cedis for free SHS. And Kwame, Yamo John Dramani Mahama Abaso. What guys said. And one thing about Mr. President is that, like, criticizing na, akwesa woto bo abanifi. Instead so be say afa bo na to abo no de dan ebo no watoto abafie e si ni dan. Time when Mr. President a opposition and say no power. There were lots of Ghanaians and MPP guys. Ka say, ma yentu abane ma President Mahama. Because President Mahama ba obetwa free SHS mukai. In the first place, a Akufo-Addo government implemented free SHS without a policy document. There was no write-up or guiding principles for the establishment of free SHS. Free SHS no in wholesale and retail. Obian copy, obian mrefi. In past history, they say nipa be di ofie na dos sin days and kwada no be school akwakosuan de. As if say having no policy document attached was not enough. Under the elsewhere MPP administration, there was no budgetary allocation, so-called properly organized for free SHS. Who be some say free SHS omunyeska free here. You make a one say a free oil field. But no you need direct allocation. Say this is what is earmarked for furnishing free SHS. All of a sudden, when the kunu ya say on one pay free SHS, no be good free SHS no. He has dedicated source for the funding of free SHS. And yesterday I was happy to hear that no less than 3.5 billion has been allocated for free SHS. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. And Semiti said, Obika said, John Dramani Mahama, per se, Ogu free SHS. I'll be shocked. You know why I'll be shocked? In 2015, John Dramani Mahama administration, that was John Dramani Mahama 1, Mulanchi free SHS. However, it was free day. Then fast forward to Nana Danko Akufo-Addo and nationalize free SHS across the country. In any case, you can your share free SHS as a Kwame Nkrumah. And this senior people come to take credit. Kwame Nkrumah, he started free SHS in the 3 northern regions. Then fast forward to 2015, free day. Ebaye. Then another Danko Akufo-Addo nationalized free SHS in Ghana. But I am there. So now there is a dedicated source of funding for free SHS. And now, Mr. President can say 3.5 billion has been allocated for free SHS. Again, Kwame. And now, dear Bakosua, Mr. President, say who kakra na efa Operation Recover All Loot. Meme dear, I just say be convincing me. And yes, sir, I will say this without fear. Say Operation Recover All Loot na atonzo. I just am catch them sentence. Because no, you see, one of the questions are Anka. You see, Mr. President, is this the kind of aura you promised? And is this how you intended delivering? Operation Recover All Loot, when end this for promising now is this what they are delivering? Because Operation Recover All Loot when they are torn so I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Operation Recover All Loot. Send you now, or not could you tell Black Money Martin Pebone, or my word, Nathan Kofi Boachemo. Oh, movie, you see, the back document say 1,000 pages. One when you the accuracy say. And now, who said, my president, he can say, Anna, Attorney General, Office of the Mr. President, yet in what say, but near Ghana for say, as voice for the voiceless, main country on the say, we are tired of the press conferences from the Attorney General's department. We are tired of the press conferences from the Office of the Special Prosecutor. And yes, sir, Mr. President, then your government and your party, let me say, and you no crack, send MP before you crown for. Because send you no crack MP before you crown for, and 8 months you've been able to prosecute somebody. Yes. And then you no crack. And then no political gimmick. When you know about Bruno be a Canadian or big cabbage no bika and I'm about power. Say no the politics Chroma they say where who will to meet a chira some other to him yaso. Now we watch a chira some no because if indeed so will sit 9 people before you come for another press conferences see. And I can Ofori Atta Office of the Special Prosecutor than better trade. Very well. Come. And then oh, butter trade. Mr. Dia, that's obvious. Ghana politicians, well, me first partner, me to me politics jam, but me them who say, Munu, what me and you ah, puto. What do you who want 3 years about? Near said that the about what I read in Tapu. Near said that. Hey, Kwam. My Fanuzia. Me not this were the areas are. Me person, but you're more journalists for Nabaso. They asked very brilliant questions. And Mokos Wanya. Not Yenshe President John Dramani Mahama crying. He's doing well. Nayan can't run Nabu Amakofibwa. So Tiemia. One who said Nra and Commander Kobai in Naya and Kabashano so on your steady Ukruma. Otu Darko Neke. Mausi Munya steady. They led them Munya steady. Dr. Boa. I cannot Munya steady. Because a child a Samba Shemoso.
You can't Bibiafa Ashanti region and me say Shadi Mudaya Ashanti region. Shadi Mudaya Ashanti region up any witty a gem in Sandy Fasosa. No, say there be an Kana Ashanti region, Kana Ashanti, and no rupee or tribes.
A mistake maybe. Very well, but this is not part of the conversation. The point I just wanted to establish and say mistakes are be Brian in the past. Let's seek to correct.
Anyway.
You go to Ronema Bibria. If you ask me who
I think it's appropriate because some of these things a bit my research to find out
exactly
how some of these things came about.
that no, me be friend.
Instead of Maya Adrinas.
I'm finding it.
I say me didn't design. I'm saying me to Otu Darko. I'm not saying I'm a bro for didn't design. I'm saying I'm a brudin and a bro for
Din.
The professor be not be a friend of A and Pofu.
Yeah.
Ubi any no nasichere. Ubusano so I know as Rubusana no as I got closer to him now and then Busana said prof and then he also chere me in.
You know, I say.
Look. Can you imagine my stupid parents? See your parents stupid. I named me Augustus. So growing up and knowing where I'm coming from, I think I don't deserve Augustus. It's Ampofu. And unfortunately, I didn't add Kwame Ampofu. Kwame to Ampofu. This is what I've been living with through certificate near the end of home chronobanti. Now, Mecha Augustus and Namayano Ampofu.
Makes sense.
I had been here. Menam Ashanti region, specifically Kumasi. Now I've been public school near Children Kakraka speak English. Yeah, before they said you. Yeah, wow.
But and also no, you see, sometimes I say a say once Ghana as a minor as a country, no, you adopt a certain language as our official language. Which is English. And you know, and that is the formal way at school when I'm communicating. Even though you have Ghanaian language or I drew me sure say any day say Ghana I'm come back a Ghana tree I'm come back a tree fancy I'm come back a fancy.
I agree. To a certain level, I agree to a certain level. But baby, you maybe I mean when you're doing. Okay. Kwanya ye faso chira de.
Come on with the money no true na yemra me the press.
So
but who here do?
On say in school system no. Ye ayira divi. Yen cultural heritage. Me friend Memoro Yakubu. Me national service okase na me chiri.
Wow.
Headmistress no my de me ba ho no na wotu kwan. To oba me ye lesson no so me de come Memoro Yakubu na wa chiri. So eno invite me na me kwachere no de amachere ni nyina it's as if so be cry na chere man which was very insulting but me fan say at least for the benefit of doubt me din nti so me bo aketechua enkra no de elective tree
Nkibida
yeah no correct
yeah
no correct
and for us to embolden no on say okay kan let us know ni abodi no ye echire bibi
yeah
this is what
speaking for emphasis
as what speak English echire say o pesa akra no to the cultural heritage
no serious independent country and a could be kasa
no correct
that's it
no serious independent even America for crampo a jom who free Britain for bro for credit different
so the best Nigeria for the kasa na cha there then the English become a standard.
No, but the question is that I know you see the problem here why kasa na emfa nchira there you see problem no I don't know say yemfa tree yemfa gan yemfa dagbani yemfa ever
and also na go say kiete ho ase
ne no so na say tie ho ase wo dey senior say yemfa ba ko mpo a yensha say with you do we will get somewhere
so
North wa. North see how say popular.
Yes.
That one kasa near pebe 3 free no. Near back south. Near be 7 official languages. And at the end of the day, no, me achini, baby huna me kata bani kasa.
Exactly.
That's the beauty of it.
Exactly.
We huna me kan.
So we share cultural heritage amongst
people.
ourselves.
We are one people.
So, you enter for ya.
Okay, we know.
Kumasi.
Yeah.
The na kai bomba na yenye if you bako. Papa we na irene ne ma. Papa we na irene ne ma. Omu wi aduane a.
Compound house.
Na we di abana we di abana.
Yes, you could say achim sin no say. We say obi abete so obi aduane.
What I say?
Aye.
So it's more man tell no say.
O say ni ho.
So a symbol of unity, a bond. So a football team, mo bi cry here. Because spirit be was a bond, no. If it is not there, it is missing.
Now
Go with there.
Say, you see, Mandela can say be. Or say we obi edi asem. Na penti asia. Or say woka asem no wo. Potokasem I mean no broni.
Yes.
Or say ko ni trim. Ba say woka asem no mo amkasem a ekona kuma. Mini hausa foi. Opa mo mu sento kwansi. Kamegechi keke. Omka say Mekechi he. Obekwa wi obi a no be say chale na dey credit. Just because of language.
Nimia
Mekechi
who cry Hausa mention that
what does it?
What do my family try?
Who said me
Grisini.
Okay.
Na wakoto say unu Grisini kontoka umizao.
Oba wow.
No, and one say Boadu.
Oba kontoka.
It will we no be say master na dey create the airport because of language.
So language
timi mo obi adwuma. Language timi bie pono.
Exactly.
Language. Oh,
exactly.
Me life saying ye kroboni. Wa okrobo forma won tirom kroba kasa de bia mako ho tirom krobo
ono so na opportunities o de be mo
and
okwa brofo ngwa
ono krobo ni kura katwi sen ni o de krobo ba it's good so be katwi no but o ye krobo ni
indigenous
me na oyifu adan me papa mame oyifu adan me yasementi adan me ya
but you have had the opportunity and kabisia.
Me?
I kabisia.
46 major languages in the Nyanka menu.
Exactly.
Oh.
Ebuapa.
Anyways, where the near him, Entino. Me sure that a better time you better better than near your choir.
Yeah,
fine tuning. Nianty who wants to say, Sabi Casa being soon boom sing Casabi, neighbor, you know, Babin Kruma.
Near Munisaba could be there. Sɛ baako bi deɛ me kɔ kana fidie so me kɔ sɛ ei menka baako bi deɛ
menim sɛ yɛ teacher ba menka
asɛ me wopɛ sɛ wopa wo no
maybe there for now no deɛ sɛ yɛbɛyi baako no deɛ even though meyɛ twi no koraa no mesusu sɛ yɛmfa bi nka ho ansa ne yɛnhyɛ sɛ yɛmfiri ayi parliament
exactly
maybe yɛnya we can decide say be zone Ghana into 4.
Minu ya no free Asante Achim Agogo Bay independent ni. Na no kan twi. Me filia ma no. Ai. What the idea be ewura Ghana especially Asantefo ni omo ka twi. Ah omo toto na se no what the idea bi ahye omo.
Can you imagine
material movement?
Say me enkran ni. Na me enkran MP. E de na efe say me wo in parliament ni mi wiega ni mo kwa agblan ni atwon wo kan kran no bi so akyerem so it's nice what does it
so na akra na wo sua eba no wo hu say an language say esombo but then say wo ka twi a no bi be ka brofo kakra bi ye mbu no
yes
that's a even in journalism kra
mo am ka twi no
yeah ka twi ni aka twi awfo. Oh, I'm telling you. Oh, they find out. Go across. Oh, make a in journalism.
You're better than a tosso.
One more country, like a town from. One more camera from her salaries of
mistake. I understand.
Psychological.
Sometimes they say equity, bro, for cut to intelligence.
But that is
one
wrong.
mistake.
That is wrong. That is absolutely wrong. Now, some your school, I prepare media anchor.
Bro, for kind of go for the yes. Campaign.
What's it? Obi o kabrofo me brofo me se te brofo
na me duru ya ba pe kabrofo
penio
na keti ya madam say isi
watra 70
campaign no
Watra
it's
70.
a campaign no
Watra 70.
ɛnyɛ mo wa sɛ
Watra 70.
ɛyɛ mo wa sɛ
Na ya na ya me
ɔmo
ya
yi ne
say.
firi so.
Ya na ya me ya say.
Parliament nyɛ de bi mo.
na me sɛ ɛnyɛ mo wa sɛ ɔmo yi ne firi so because
Ya na ya me ya say. Kristo mu no ɔho. Sɛ me dem yɛ kramoni. Kristo mu no. Ya te ase sɛ so wudi 70 na nyame ahyira wo. Na ya me ya say nyame timi ko hyira nipa bi te sɛ KT Hammond. Ko no obeka bi emi adwenem.
Okay, so and already, like I said, in your ma yengrum na yini komo enra omanpenin any century for ishia ama omanpenin Canada yenso yet to be maneno ma ono so de nchire mu bai areas ne doso but minyayanka you be focus on three major areas relative to economy relative to Galamsey and relative to oral. Okay. Plea bargain no babishim. Okay. And you know you be nkomo saying you be the kind amamo you can do like so that you can express yourself on you be to my 2020. Okay. Or and 2020 I'm expressing more well. Now I don't know more me bits and pieces of what you felt. Okay. Your general observation overview. Then we come back to specifics. Okay. Why Echo?
Nana.
Okay. Echo.
Edi kind of mean sign nchia eti for sonko. Na nchia Ghana man penny. Endra. Enimbre magana for ni GA. O make ye nya proud. Isin say press encounters we no enye nda na hyase. Na ye hu various presidents. Na endra ye hu President John Dramani Mahama. Na Nana,
yeah,
we share his understanding of the issues, sector by sector. Utum say yes, this is a president or you're in charge of his administration. Who be say education? Mama answer. Who be say economy? Mama answer. Who be say Greek? Who be say environment, science and technology? Every sector of the economy. President demonstrated, said, yes, he's in charge of the country, he's in charge and he's on top of the issues. You see, Edu Baby press encounters with the president became minister's encounter. Yet Bisa President Kufado, asem ewo communications. No Bisa we are telling the chief Bisa as we cry cabinet now was saying. As would be and the question with them and answer be yan mammy. Every question will be President Kufado be or friend minister no be yan. Certainly be says now a press encounter with the president and answer with the ministers. By Andra, President John Dramani Mahama demonstrated his understanding of the issues. And I mean Eddie Council, Miss Ambo journalists for Mkowa Abaso. Andra no man call Sabino Kotunjum. They went there with business and they asked the hard questions. The president also demonstrated yes, what the issues now say. Example, on the economic issues, on the issue of borrowing, President Chilem said, Yaba Bemu 8 months in ye, Yambo Bosia, and so the country is doing well. Yambo Bosia. And so all the statutory funds, statutory payments, I say make it biano, you make it. NHIS, before NDC, any president may take care of Benjano. Now all the service providers, on provided service, private hospitals, provided services, Emma NHIS, about your maka, over 834 million Ghana cedis. And I'm going to winter. President Bayos no, we release Ama, wouldn't say budget over 10 billion. Emma NHIS. I will release Sika, Ama NHIS, and we'll check all the service providers. So as we speak, I buy the service providers naka. Oba the social term come on fan. I buy end of maka will try mom. Oba education get fund. Percentage I get fine at the mom. Now, gas fund, but we share. Who's a gas fund? I'm always keeping some of the student loan trust fund. Or more releases asking them student loan trust fund. aban budget 499 million for the implementation of the no fee stress. Mo releases kanama organization no mama yet reimbursement. Yenya mo universities and tertiary institutions will be receiving as high as 4,900 Ghana cedis as reimbursable what money. And so we share all these funds any before I work na 8 years 8 months yembo bosia na no to say the president and the government and the cabinet are doing very well. Now yeah, economic issues back. And as economic issues this is a city. I could do saying as high as 17 Ghana cedis to the dollar. And the city I'm saying. So time no na yen to me talk nyama wo dwom. Ku 4 gallon oil, I could do 12 million. Yen to me talk. And there's a little under 600 Ghana cedis. A man for which Romo, it will be quite a good for the day. Domestic exchange debt program. By debt, I'm going to say,
domestic debt
exchange program.
DDEP.
Yes, by Ama, the haircut. Pensioners, they do baby crano, or be 1,000 cities or better medication, cry known to me. And so they seek at the bank, I fancy and fair now.
On one sick out.
On one sick out. Why invest in our bank? I fancy ya Bobosia. Yes, this cano into wood and the bank no sir. I think we do access to Abbas more haircut. Before that, President Kufuor promises say there will be no what haircut. Obiabi and Sika, and so turned out to be a lie. President by Yembo Busiao, and so all those obligations it mean meeting. Inflation 2022 equal as high as 54%. Almost free when the president can. 23% and then 11.5%. And you know, we share the kind of a member of President Mahama Diaba, not to Mr. Ataji Ghana. That's it then. Now, there were some questions on to say Benan Avila question say about the removal of the Chief Justice. Any the principal say President Mahama supreme leader. No say and all answer that question no. Remember me near Sakra Kwaba. All answer that question I say Okoti Professor Mills. I say she many do I look like a supreme leader?
I can't Urata Mills. Look at my face. Do I look like a
I said, look at my face. Listen to my voice. Do I look like a cat hunter?
Mahama don't think that Tamils are the training.
He was trained by President Rawlings.
Oh my God!
And was trained by His Excellency.
But humility needs any answer with. Or didn't they offer flat Tamils?
Yes.
Where the brute and the brain.
Fireman.
I'm telling you.
Because what you say, I'm demonstrating.
Yeah,
What's your white team? Someone some kind.
Now, why are you so? Oh, trendy. Class teacher.
Maybe I've been young course of free Sunday. I was like some important person from Jubilee.
Yes.
They say from Froze. Jubilee was a Flagstaff was a president.
Flagstaff House.
Some very important. And I say, Papa, now so we are the
Oh, no, you are a professional journalist.
Anyways,
me so Chalemu Bojuma. Baby, I'm go up a mechanics, no, because mechanic, if mechanic never. Now, here now mechanics no more beer or Mutiwa. Says a Chile. Why are you?
I'll come to you.
Yes, so now, Manugru statutory payments in the school. When say you know MP before the free SHS buy. On the propaganda saying this bar, you betray me.
But Bestro, and no, I am a correct narrative. And young people that the free SHS buy.
The yearly started with free, progressive free SHS.
Free SHS was started by Kwame Nkrumah in the 3 northern regions. Then John Dramani Mahama in 2015
introduced the progressive free SHS.
And NPP came to nationalize.
Yes,
it's just Kufuor to say Kufuor started mutual health insurance. which was limited to district. Now at times Ben nationalized. So in fact, you can national health insurance. At times they buy. Kufuor brought mutual health insurance. So that kind of education,
mutual district health insurance.
I don't know you saw me from Fantia Kwasauta. Which mean you saw
exactly.
And at times nationalizing. So that kind of education. Exactly.
Na Otu.
Minya.
Oman to me free SHS. Oman to me in GB dedicated finding for free SHS.
Okay.
Na omo propaganda. Say President Mahama ba obetwem and do demonstrate actually Ghana for. Say see anu ya dedicated funding for free SHS. E ka ya di schools nya ya tua. Enkwala na yenye sika nto aduane mo ende nkwala nsi omu didi ye pa o
so mu ko bosia
yes nti ye mbo bosia
nti sika no munya we
8 years no 8 months ye mbo bosia enso free SHS sika ko no fee stress 499 million Ghana cedis eko NHIS sika eko MS service providers NHIS nya apomachu amaka. The truth are trying to come up and you to Maka. Say assemblymen cry president here etu amaka. The Ghana force
acquire ye release this car.
You release this car. I am more busia o. And the Ghana for be say na member papa wa sa na ye bra we kufa do same sa. Na ye to be man with ease sa. Na ye be say won say sa new man nyina has been possible because of what? Because of prudent economic management. Because President Mahama bana yen nchendi aban. Say nipa ba ko tumi tami sika egogu ni mpase. Asika ko ni manu. The point at the time ohun say sika na bi koye ohun say ni have for area no. SML kanu Ofori Atta. Uzi SML asempo sometimes me kan aya na ya asefim. When you say President Kufuor the best president on 6 January 2017.
7 January.
Yes. Just a month per normal established SML. Strategic Mobilization Limited.
It came as SMEL.
Yes.
And our man qualified no could change by an SML.
Just a month. They applied for several government contracts.
Yeah.
Until Ofori Atta what intervene. Normal starts to Omunya government contract. In fact, you almost 3 million Ghana cedis for no work done. A big I look at one Ofori Atta or the working rate. And so, Yambo Bosia, we have been able to do all these things. A come boy, you know, a 2 war, Siko Mudi, in a domestic exchange program. I want to win Chanko for Kano. And then you've been able to meet those obligations. On the issue of Galamsey, you see, all the other propaganda baby. Say you can say we declare state of emergency. Yeah. Say, President Chirimu. When you say President Kufuor Atta, why were we calling for state of emergency? Now you fair for state of emergency because it's fight na John Winsem. Into Kwana John Winsem. Implementing all the solutions. I said implementing. Now there was no solution to the issue. Charles Bisu, task force forming some fighting Galamsey. Or Kokaja dem there. Now you see, or you're the only person now ultimately bribe no boy to just as one.
What's in your bribe?
Nah. I'm not the problem about Ghana how to bribe or to boy just as one.
Professional bribe taker.
Professional bribe taker. That's one about the academy.
Say invitation or coin so the fucker.
So now to connect John
Winsem. We invited journalists. Now so more quiet one.
I know in general.
And the amount of work like it's as one.
I meant me uncle.
So for the fact it's our boy which means
yes.
Say you invite me movie bia. Boy The way they the fact that the boy children say I promise no. But you know say.
Because my distance no.
I know you know.
The promise my person but you know say. Nso be do na so ya den. O Jesus ko no boy children hwe. Into fight na John Winsem. That is what we are called for what? State of emergency.
So the issue is this.
State of emergency last resort.
Somewhere yamuyi. Maybe dear. Mama won't tell me maybe someone. No. Now I come up one platform be and now one AB. Now maka say on state of emergency. Now come up a church Ghana for
Mama bisa question.
Senior.
No, nyabu tre. Nyabu professional. Professional. Mago per question mago na bisa. Nana. Ever since this is John Dramani Mahama buy, how many excavators? And what to say? And what to say? Our port. Let's do
3,000.
Say.
Say 3,000.
Okay, and that's go on and go home.
Yes.
Oh, say.
Now donate so
military installation.
What you mean by state of the nation? No, state of emergency. Sorry. Now, from.
When you time we.
No, yeah. Oh, me no. Oh yeah, because me pay education on tier no one make us. I mean say ja. From day one I say John Dramani Mahama. Ebedi adi. 8 months ye. Excavators on only 600 and ye free port. Over 4,000 e go home e da so go. Yes. Bisa who say anka ye release that's 3,000.
Yes.
Oh wow. Now, Galamsey no can say and say no, let's you see. I want journalists to be fair.
Yes.
Sakra, we are on the same page with you.
Yes.
You see, journalists obeka say mobile.
Yes.
Munku Galamsey.
So what is still the
you are being disingenuous.
Hold on. Journalists obeka say mobile Munku Galamsey no can correct.
Yes.
9 moves establishment, Blue Water Guard Initiative, excavators, amateur, water pumps, about 900. We know all of them.
Exactly.
Argument has to do with Nyamoka or opposition.
Yeah, I know maybe.
And President Mahama never promised.
I know President Mahama.
What they did?
Maybe.
Who are we to judge?
We
have to deal with the journalists first.
President Mahama never said anywhere.
No, relax. But we need to deal one-on-one. They are part of the reason. Don't kind of correct. No, you can't correct Nyabotre.
We are the daily one-on-one.
No, I can't know what you come over. You must drop in the The truth is, journalists are not being truthful. Be truthful.
Okay.
Yes, I'm
so Sakra is establishing on the show. Say no member of NDC
Mahama. I said
Mahama John Dramani Mahama
never said.
But who said President Mahama? Of course,
there are some members of the party and they
so why you say
nobody says that.
And that is one thing.
It's like LI 246 revocation. President Mahama himself never said that.
Otu Darko.
He said that.
There is one thing.
Look. NDC, you call a man for the night with what? A social contract.
Sure. I said, man, I make a manka. And to be saying,
yes, call to play.
It's saying that Kasakra, okay, in education, then, like I was saying, maybe I'm up at one day. Oh, the microphone be can sing. But these are the reasons. This is what we saw.
I think I agree with you.
There should be that kind of sensitization. I should declare state of emergency.
Fight need your
you would understand. As for that one,
state of emergency
in the detail.
And last resort.
It's the last resort. And you invite
the measures. Totally.
He said the name was
on one minister. On one minister from Port Watson. I got report. I got tell you say you say first half of headquarters of what? Galamsey. And ministers. Any party, photo, MPP party, so many years ago. And so Mukai Galamsey. I could tell you and say, oh, you need to have President Mahama, even on mere allegation about some investigative.
What's that people?
What I say? So
this are NDC's national organizer and
chairman.
Yes.
Vice chairman.
On mere allegation, no. Yes. But President Kufuor, before back to back at you need
with evidence of an us.
Yes. Oh, you need.
Anyways.
And what to say? These are two leaders were, you know, there's clear distinction.
In fact, they're wrong comparison.
Yes, what do you compare the two?
You don't compare Kufuor to
Now,
Mahama.
you're not understand handing. Na president, oh yeah, mra. Now to me, would you say you have the power to grant what mining licenses in what forest reserves?
I'm
coming.
Plateau.
Wickedness.
Men, you're professional.
I don't know how Kufuor so revoke.
Men, you're professional. Can you? We amend it by editing
that part.
But now
President Mahama said no.
Off.
President Mahama said,
Yeah, it's
no.
You
amended the portion that allowed.
Yes,
But now, Kufuor say,
I can't cover explain.
tell them my why are you on a professional journalist this afternoon?
Oh yeah.
I was granted permission to go into the forest. The president had the power to grant licenses. So Nkofo forest reserve don't go to. Nanga president Mahama they say go be try maintain. But when you enough real, what demonstrate enough reason no. You are there to source because I best say on mine. And so by the first thing is to be watching everywhere before I say you take another step.
Oh,
Otu. This is a journalist. Nah, and I said,
the first step, no, said that obey her. Yes, it will become share.
Yes, if you was a no.
It's 1 year free. I feel nobody in you.
Yes.
Fantastic job.
Because of demonstration commitment, some debate here, you mean.
Nana, that time now they amend the kakra. Na ko nyini ye fira ko.
That means that the amendment goes through the repeal goes through a process.
I journalism.
Okay.
Law.
What I say?
Matthias pa, mo educate me.
Until to me
Politics.
now time I'm yes I LI 2462 no.
Yes.
Because almost from that time up to 2024 December to Abano. How many licenses no more grantee? Over 2,000 licenses. I'm granting men people for some call me what I'm going to Galamsey.
Why the master license?
Now one not so ababa net so. Why am ra? Say, go for to me call bush in. I'm go to. Na my license no. Enya go for do by Umia government. Say by Umia. Yes.
Oh, but me on my license. Minerals Commission.
No, so say a Kufadu man order power in this country to operate. And so no, saga. So repeal this in the process. You be repealing rano. Yeah, few. Now what
2 minutes.
Look, what measures so they are to acquire maybe responsible cooperative mining. You know, I'm calling launch here, unfortunately, no. I'm not sure I'm on. Say, what is responsible cooperative mining? And then the president teacher me say, "Oh, yeah, illegal mining, and I didn't. I'm come Boomers Association." What I say, now, you sure how to do responsible mining. Say, no, big mining companies come to match them. Say, no, yeah, responsible mining. Say, you better make 2 family good deal. Yeah, say so, yeah, sense I say. I said you bring come Australia. They could train you on good practice. Send you 2 if you good no ho. I bring one sense so sense.
The president in Ebeko.
Because who am I now? Who took Galamsey?
Yes, it's going to be. And you're saying, you know, can say responsible corporate. I cry from journalists, producers, you can't have them.
Now, once I said it.
I know, I
didn't say do a won't go big.
And the state of emergency. State of emergency, no, what should emergency after the moment they go the state of emergency will not even become necessary.
Okay. So I agree with that position. Thank you. My main court me near more hope, maybe I'm not my back sacral. See them.
My main chair will be
Thank you. But one can say, you better come back to discuss the plea bargain proper. Because Edamakuma Super.
My main chair will be our new crew. Na main chair, you are Julius Debra, chief of staff. My main chair, me am a boss, lawyer Sami Jamfi. And lawyer Abbas Nuruddin, Esquire, media account. We will be a chairman. I'm in here, I'm a boss, as a 4J,
Honorable Scholarship Secretariat BOB Amechiano na bedroom train the then Ashanti region and me free Bentino. Mefa konye na menche Ira Dr. Frank Amokwene the regional minister of Boadu na menche Ira Richard Boadu Ajimai the second Ajimai okay the first Ajimai Ira Kwesi Ajimai when you baby I mean funny crazy it was very bold and then no bina mehuno Ira Zuba and ko you ni din na on say ni din Zuba na agi din pa
regimental too
Ajimai be time say okay say bibi o baby obi ano echiano can no go say baby I was any panant no pavement no only our stop no atwene ma na be good pavement so omo a enanti ho would have no choice but to say omo ne car be che require no
na dey na mo ye PZ you see mo sell mo for nema PZ
well so be say obi nema sabi o one mo a eye de etene ne ya say ne nema Zuba ba was say me de mbeto a mehwo na manfo de senior yen fa no krenka asem de ma akwasi agima ye successful e wo kumase ene se ode no kre ye adwuma ode akokoduro ye adwuma nipa so odden dodo me se ba bia wote no ye ntena ho mra munim se ye ntena ho wotena ho na mba beto a mehwe ana ate ho se me mehwe nipa betena ho yan kasa nkyira aboa wo nipa ne ye kasa kyerɛ no enti sɛ ye kasa kyerɛ nipa na wantie nipa odun sɛ ye bɛfa wo dai o kan so ye bɛfa wo dai o ɛno na ntimi nkan aboa enti sɛ ye hwe obi sɛ medie mi sabi medie mi hu sɛ obi a wɔde emra no ye adwuma no yabo no timachia Zuba na machia omo a aka nyina na senior yedi nkomo Galamsey nkomo one more kasa se state of emergency mra ne ade ne ho chronic ba politics usual pompempo atie se state of emergency no eden na edeba na eden na asisesi ayinti a ehun hia se the state of emergency ba na me sister station Erastus Asare wa wuni ababi obi amechia no efidi kase pa na wo social media handles no so very active e poma baso ti asim ya make me nka no kokoam but the sister station on my friend and on buza and say saying who are buying with regards to the fight against Galamsey say look aban afamu de aim to enforce the laws and rather what done what the yamfa repeal of airline no and tonchain but them run existing run e wo na they say nkoya no wo nsuo mu no they are there eti at the end of the day ye betu aben suba e wati recommend on one national organizer for investigations mama ntwe won adwen si ade bi so and say the okofa asaman efiri nsamampo mbaaye no wampamu samayo President Akufo-Addo ne MPP for court na cabinet she say yem forest reserves oba de bobre mu no ye hu say edua bia no ene mmoa wild animals woma setena mu no enipa ya no ma competing tia no they are reserved. Underline the word reserved. Tia reserve mind chirima. Because you say when the last 3 dies, the last man will die. And then again, ye wild animals no so omo ye nyame abode. Omo ni ntimi ntena fie. To mu nyina so be den ebe wo. Na mo kotna cabinet no so mo boa. Ye be ye mra e betimi ami akọ reserve no mu akọ di Galamsey. Na ebo baba no ni ma ba mu mpanifo na yo. Ah, kopro di kro. Was it the late Sir John? One time I won't to me or no, which forest many part. Now, what time I won't to me, no, the free na brongo. I know about the forest now, which I'm a month for na brongo. Good or what men are going young memo, sebi, and the MPP low one. Who say?
So I sent it. I sent it, say governor percent.
It is in here. What in a cabinet as she said at the summer bar? Now, banner, see a weapon was summer house. Hey! Moon Pamos Saman Tantem, La Illa, no one himself summer and ye. And then Erastus Asari don't call. Also, Forester, now zone no red. You know, they zone them. Depending on the danger. How dangerous it was when the MPP was in power. Red. So say, Apima by yellow, I echo green.
In fact, there were 9 of the major foresters. Now it was taken over by Galamsey sentiment. It's been recovered.
Yes. A whole town of Galamsey
have been recovered.
Thousands of people. Krono ya butuno. I mean, there's a story of Galamsey and Kasa by this government. We have not. Yankani you.
And I don't blame
you. Yankani oh that be.
No, I think you should do more education.
But
you should do more education.
I think saying also
care about this state of emergency. You shouldn't take press even to come and ask.
Exactly.
Because I idea Ghana for then one day baby Felix and Obi abet them say, oh, yo. Saying I been to say you kind.
Nanka, this I discuss as on my
99 tiasia number.
Felix Chema, Obi and Tiasia, professionally no.
Yeah,
no, relax. One of it.
Felix, yeah.
About 2 minutes.
So let's even if it's that, Sir Felix afraid. I don't know. I explain from that perspective. Then the journalist does it.
Exactly. That is why I'm going to. Adia. Oka and Central for
I would like get the info to tell them. As for the information you have, I don't have.
As for that
one. That's
what we fight issue. We're discussing.
Yes.
What put the facts out there.
That's
so
right.
I think say.
Oh no!
In the same
when it comes to
Galamsey
matters, I've spoken so much on that.
Malum continue. You have about 2 minutes.
Galamsey success story. Aban we won. It has not been told word, and I believe say we have to do better. Now, I know another president can say yanko a drama so capital market and kwanko disika. Nenko for be tip on Kosovo. Omodwen say sebi omu school no near to school there be obi anko school da. And I'm over 2 months at Maji 1 million, Maji 1 million, way. And no other president, Mahama Kasa, and I'm a boy. And no time bay, 8 p.m. How many hours in here?
And do 24 hours crowd.
No, my Baba on Tiabe can say, President Obu Okoje Besia.
I saw kind of only 3 days to come school.
3 days, eh? Sango for way, Chrome says, I shall be president. I said, send me one.
I'm going to move you.
I said, 11 p.m.
And I said, I'm not coming school. School bay. And
then Macadam.
I'm Macadam.
Yeah, come on, Macadam. I'm presidented. Man kwa disika ewo sanya na musi kwaje no
ense ende NHS ka
ye cheka
yende common fund
na president Mahama was on the ben or sa word no beto ni resetting
about
eniema access health insurance na ya capino ye chia kogu maban ye levis kakra ye de be kono President Akufo-Addo say me mfa ne nyina mfa mmɔ health insurance no.
And crampon the enko. The kakana say the mom crown is enko.
Machem. Me de fa ba ku bi na ekɔbɔ health insurance. I mean ayaresa ɛho ade na de aka ne nyina ye de twa yanum.
Enko.
Consumption de ekonkofo nanum de na ahomete. Exactly. I mean same way ye ma menum ne papa no mu a ye nua no mu a etwa fufuo to ayu am ne atwa ho twa bi de ho kinkan no atwa bi edi no. Untie kapin yi. Kapin ne kyerɛ sɛ yadigi yen sika health insurance sika kakra na mutua no. Ye san so tua ɛtoɔ ɛma ye tete saa atoɔ no so sɛ ye de kɔ hyem amemu aye duma ye de ahwɛ ayaresa. Sɛ sika ne ba President Akufo-Addo wɔ so no bibi kapin ɛkyerɛ sɛ yɛ de 100 million e ba ya 100 million ye nya ya ka bibia for 100 million ye nya ya chemu miensa emu baako ɛna ɛkɔ ayaresa de aka ne de omu kodi ne omanu omu kreti no omu de slogans na no ai obi ba JK they say constituency nyina benyo omo ayi o budget ono kasa am say class class management awo hu waira. And these are the people that were managing us.
What define the campaign?
No,
exactly.
Don't wait
I will my test you.
And omo di chese ba bia sika buo no bia no omo pe slogan no makote ano no omo di pe slogans and ya kan omo
na so omo ye 1 million constituency each constituency be nya 1 million
and I can slogans no 1 million no way who constituency dem if ask constituency eti 1 million e ba dia bia 8 years and ya sitting ni awo kan ma bia obi am tia say na 1 million to me constituency 8 years dia ne de ye who constituency ne dey 1003 e ya rehosem and President Mahama eniema na wokae no ama jandam journalist no kra no na omosori ye pass on beba be program na e den menye ai prophet obi ni bet I could sense it dia no mo ba de kan o se wie mo ye din
Aya tidy.
se wo fa ba bia antiswo yentenye man so wadai adanti ne yentenye man so cause ebra bi ba na se ne niamasi koro na atete
mentwa no ye be ba ha no na no my 5 minutes there was almost be 20 minutes aba papa aba so my 20 minutes
oh to so because that time when you na dey do
Yes.
hwe wo ko won tintin ade wo anya dey da masa na bia na adro no na atra se be po ene President Mahama speaks and it makes sense. Sani ya wokae no. Enya minister na be ya no na do yes no ogu my dey.
You be say question say ese we kra na was cabinet na was say.
Na obi a one the vice president.
Question we dey maintain say o dey bra na be
say obi on the vice president assemble ako obi a ne e woni oka. The vice president say ye ba ye ba port no kan o kepos. Ai ye busa president that was a minimum once a move. Ai bongo onzo ajai en central juma President Mahama de ni di agro o career
ben den
bongo de
ai
ideas
ha anya bongo me refinit ai de no o ai adum ai sports ai country masongo
more fire
e get
so o ko ne na me and insuo a consume fire and it's dangerous. Look, amamu onya kasa ayan tutuye na ntutuye nso ye nimdie tikasi awi adwene ye de President Mahama wa kire say time na obeye ya omutwa ntura de tu no na wo sanke ya man chance na nka Ghana no ba bia be kwa koduro no ye kwa no na ne nyame be ye bia ye. Yes, I can't difference. Say,
President Mahama say man ko bobusia o. Enso niema ye ni ofanko ekọ. Now no drivers, me who be charged.
Fanko about 809 million.
Yes. Drivers me who be charged.
That much.
So mo buom.
Omo buom. Ba ko be say MPP what the jare that's what the MPP. No na nim say I'm saying that's right, that is the game changer.
Yes.
A change, you know.
Yes, that is, the narrative has changed all of a sudden. As a baby, now you see, and can pa ku for the time, I all African games here me baby. But anyway, me foka. Se mi tua kes, na se ni be se be say, hey, na da nzi atikes kaso. Hey,
na wo ka say ye campaign no. Omo ka chere say edu be brim be say Jonas for be say ye ba ye better me ma so ana. Argument we.
Hey. Na say oni ma oh. Eti President Mahama de na me ni Ukraine
Professional.
Baby obi a tie bia wo Ghana this is
professional politicians.
Dabi no professional.
And make sure say we are professional.
Ensem wo ya kan na dia no what you can say anymore.
Me challenge you.
You can't the way
Now
you
because the professional politicians here now we had their compare coffee free so
and I do so because a professional journalist and
professional, you know,
politicians.
Oh, but I am professional.
And I'm a professional.
We are professional.
What's a crowd? They are politicians, here can't say yes, and the political class, you know. President Mahama, Yami.
What case say, hey, NDC, when they in position propaganda, when they come to power, stop propaganda.
Propaganda. It's the air propaganda, no one's answering. Yet, I am poor. The air propaganda on your own family. Yen free. Then be an I can say, Nimne, Yaka, on your own.
I side with him. One, propaganda, okay, okay, say. Ofanko kwano ya ye. Oboa ye nye.
Na bi min ka se ya ye. Mrs. Kano ko.
No, oboa ye nye. But ya ya na ye nye.
Oh, but Kano ko ai.
Oma ya no mu nye.
Omguso.
Na drivers na sem no mo ko mo se say. Omo do omo di be hwe ye no. Say ye si ye adwuma no. Day and night.
Speed 24-hour economy.
Once ade sika wo ho bia. Ko do fo su ba bia. Na yi she bia ma chia. What the 3 was it 1 month? 3 weeks and see abrosan edisi ne maame. Day and night. Na sika mo. You know abrante bia no ye adwuma ho. Owie ye no okosi dan.
Cause why you
yeah.
The kind of boosted the umbrella area no economy no cry nyasem ketwa. And the contractors for the first time see their faces, how they are responding to work. Chese bibia ye den aba. Ye nyina ya mobesia o.
Ya mba bosia.
Slogan there. Ghana for mo hwe no mo fa slogan mama bra bo mu bio. E ka wan kra me beka.
Yes.
Na say e ko fa slogan.
E ka wan kra.
E ko fa slogan. Sania papa yi. Every constituency may am budget tamam what be that? Oh, you didn't come what be that? Every constituency no ayo mo ordinarily on budget tamam. Na district assembly no ye gugu no.
Bookman.
Onim ni oye. Onim ni okeka. Ha, oduru ba bi no mo ka se sebi ye de ye sapa sebi. Mo fa ntema busuafo mo amudidi especially. Ye de bento asapa. Ha, me ba me to bento ama mu nyina. Baby obedru bia de obi pa ye wo ho no. Sabi say na no mo na ko che ntampe wo ye joso by election.
Omo my almost 5 city. To me. Also for the
we are man.
Ha no mo to me ni yo mo se bibia.
Jiwi to man. Na mo man to me na wa said me to me na be chill so shiwi. MPP.
What kind of thinking is this?
At that time, what should we not enter?
That's what you mean. That's how we see it. So, I know there. My uncle first slogan, maybe professional. And Kofuna, almost say they are the alternative. No, now, Omuan Kasa, Omuan Kasamu Homo. Oma mi ehu omo boni oma ye. obi a on the sins o na omo bone no so 10
contest of sinners
ye
a contest of sinners
we ena yesi ede yesa ko yachi bi o
na bi
we na know ababa se ne ba no
yes
we dey typically know ababa se nti ye ba sra busuafo a etie ye enne anwumre
how the same massacre ba
Ashanti reading mpo a ne yesi ye di twaye fruma no
na sesa
ena wo hwe me ofa spirito no mu ne se dunu mu ne
nyina di Mahama wachi spirito and say dumu especially
na the we say do no one ka we di omachi
anyways
so omo nyina no wo say and this they appreciate people
era kwa kubu nsam nyina akoye active campaign mandisi
we jale boso mo
na say yi akwati ajagora jakobi
you know what it means
What's the amount for 12 collection bi
and this yenim Ghana for
na de obedi kra hunya obedi no akutia
yenim Ghana for ani ni omo fam ni obi aye na no president Mahama ai DKB on your friend say okay comedian friend DKB no casting jokes was wow anti-president Mahama to me casting as a president Mahama follow look president Mahama if you don't know him you don't know him on follow even the thing yeah from crying follow once it is Ghana
or a guy
too much and next show the appreciation of the issues and right
now if you ever to obey omokoye program be e buku no come pidgin
yes
back to the level of the youth election
this is in Ghana
you be say tria question you be say tria more
in Ghana
eh go for do you be say tria na
the quality of president
no slay
made in Ghana. I was born in London, growing up in London. Na obey Ghana president. No one in me here. Masa here. Here. Yes, ma ba wo mi say. Onko ka brofo wa China. Any sign no hydro ba ye ni me kosi ye. Brofo. Na it be English we go chop. Brofo o fa sign no hydro aba no want me ankoka brofo papa me amfama na brofo be no o kan wasem o ka se brofo kan keke
o kan palugu no
sign no hydro palugu de seska no modi
also mercy
Sam yeso mercy me na net free free man divio ento mun si e bia ne palugu no ye Ghana enye Ghana
na
Guyana ento mun si e he na me say ora no na o say ora no na di twato
ora no say
be ba ho but me te ho kakra
mane fan
chat wa o mo tie ni ye po wa we a mistake di sika we say sika bi o ha wudi a utimi mistake na ni say ubumra won say mra no ebi wo hono ma utimi buso kra na nimso wabu
okay
but ni obo ni tiri mu po adwembone so obewia te say adu wan ye o dam yi die
yes second for ata
o da so dem
yeah you know o mama ni be
o one na mo
no mama ni be but the issue is in court
won utimi de Ghana din asisa company ma ye tua Ghana ka na akogu na council mu de e bone kase ni se de che
okay
enti dia me kan ko wie nyina ne say Ghana fo nka o makoma nto o yam enra president Mahama asho o mo say look ejani numu ye ora na amanfo akasa ye na yakote ada na bibia mfiri mu ma ne ade no nkro ne ba ne obekasa bia ase ne who he mentioned but few and of course before Ashanti region ba no ade bia medi mani hu medi maso ate se president Mahama ne NDC aban ya ebe yo mu de pa ne se chama wontumi boni odi di Ghana
osin ko ye wu ko ho akọ wu ko no ko ye wu
we mu governor na me sin kwase atumi na nkofo bi di yo
enti na mo ntoma ba me na mbra ba
akọ akra ebi nkra no wanya pema na yoko nipa awura yoko
Ebini.
I see Elintina about company all out for.
Omua Era Yoko appear. Me and me company appear stadium.
I want to call.
Oh, Bulldog.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Bulldog cried national security. I no cried young who see Yoko. Yoko there's a wusika asemo na obi ti sa apalu.
Apalu de.
Ontimi nkyerem sɛ contractor yɛ de ama no wayɛ anaa wɔnyɛɛ. Ontimi nkyerem sɛ wagye sika na di no wɔnyɛɛ anaa wɔnyɛɛ. Na nipa saa no te baabi. Bie na no pɛni hwɛ Job 32 verse 9 kɔnɛ kɔhwɛ verse ɛhyɛ hɔ.
Job 32 verse 9.
Kɔnɛ kɔhwɛ ana producers munyi saa verse no ne nkenkan. Sabi nya pɛni bia na nim nyansa. Na akwalu atimi anya kukuduro akwalu ya yɛde Ghana sika ma no sɛ kɔyɛ Ghana contract ɛnyɛ baabi ya sɛ ayi Cocoa Roads a Cocoa Roads no nye obi a na de ba sɛ president Mahama aban na fofi anto ata president Mahama aban free so na mo buy na mo matoa so a wodi sika na wadi Cocoa Roads o
Wanye adwuma no
na adesia ɛte sɛ akɔhwere wɔn mo kra at the expense of working for the nation a wɔtena kasa nsɛmhunu wei sɛ kokofoɔ no a yɛde cv wɔn mo no
Entina sabi yenu
na wo kokofoɔ no sɛ yɛde cv wɔn mo deɛ a ɛnea wode wɔyɛ wɔn mo deɛ wode wɔsɔ change wɔn mo koraa wagye wɔn mo sika a yɛde yɛ wɔn mo kwan wadi yɛyɛ nkɔgye
wabɔ mo kɔno
yɛyɛ nkɔgye koko sika mfiri baabi a na yɛsi aba abɛdi deɛ ɔhɔ no na yɛde ma akuafoɔ yɛ kora yɛayɛ adeɛ I'm telling you why yɛayɛ adeɛ wonim sɛ MPP aban ɔmo ba so 4 years 8 years nyina 2 times na ɔmo tu koko mu
yes
yɛbɛtoa baabi a na ɔmo tu all because factors support sɛ ɔmo ntum no ni wɔ
yes
where some factors we it is obvious to say every crank and isn't can be calm and yet they are come on their catch on the look we are working to be us cocoa board na kasadeka
more running aground
institution by na chroma say yen running that even Bank of Ghana
yes
2022 Bank of Ghana say washere sika afra ne nsase your friend is $6 billion MPP ne friend is Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia no mo call IMF no say na IMF de my
yes
over the years are almost spread the amount 3 billion Bank of Ghana and the Kufuado and Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia ekobo cut $6 billion institution bana yan running to zero
IMF cut 3 billion
and no cry and one say and some yes spread the amount what how conditions
moro yana fa one
to the extent to say me the best to the extent to say and that's here to electricity more IMF conditions ni bia and MPP nim say to 1% ni do na mo say ha sanko fo number 2 omoka do omo ye mentwe no nsan o
menka de twe bae
aha ntimidisie no he do omo ye bia anko ye bia no mo seda they planned say ye bemma yan kasa ye ho yan kofo bi on say before dodo na come de omo
yes
yan kofo bi no the few privilege no abusuafo no atima abusuafo no ne omo aka ho kakra bi no edi ye now the rest will continue to suffer.
Moro.
Me this year no. You better President Mahama say. Sanya wasi aka no. Obia te ase. Sabi kwase akra woni adwen kra no. Wo hunu say tini ye mesi kui. Empire na wasi aboma President Mahama ne wo mo a wapa wo mo say. Omo benya kukuduru atimi de ne magu akwan so ne aye ne more.
Sure. Okay.
Na ye so stay anyway kra ye betu city say na 14.77. Sir, and necro 50 now. What is that? Is the greatest stabilization on my biabinya? Better President Mahama say
Now wasan so akyerɛ sɛ onim ne ɛkɔ so wo musa no aka sɛ ɔkɔ akɔbusa firi obi hɔ he understands what he is about and yet the ɔman no so ayɛ dɛ ahyɛ ne nsa
moro bacho fa wanu si mame
si ɛkɔ aba ma no deɛ nsi yɛbɛkɔ aba
but kan sɛ transport uniform wɔ ha ya barima no so wɔ ha eti ɛnkyɛ because me hu sɛ ɔmo ne abosokanfo no ɛbɔ eni pa abosokanfo no raise issues bi a ya barima ne dom so esusu sɛ ɛnte saa eti mɛkɔ sakra so na ɔno so de ne deɛ ato dwa sɛ ndra president ɔne nsɛntwerɛfo hyiaeɛ no ohun ni sɛn ɛkɔn the way a na expect no si na be fair
but me the truth of the fact is nsɛntwerɛfo no monka no korɛ
nsɛntwerɛfo bɛ ne nka no korɛ
nsɛntwerɛfo no monka no korɛ
ɔnom ne nka no korɛ
sɛ mote efidie no so a asɛm a mbɛka no nko mohyia president a asɛm a mobisa no nko
no man nti nsɛmɛ na yɛte fidie ti a yɛka yɛ ne yɛhyia president
nsɛsɛ John Dramani Mahama ɛbɛtena ayi ɛfɛn sɛ akonnwa yi so 8 months pɛpɛɛpɛ ɛna ɛwɔ mu meyi Galamsey as the only topic a ɛdina ɛda wɔn no a mo ka kyɛ nsɛsɛ John Dramani Mahama sɛ on declare state of emergency abra mo ankasa nsɛnkyerɛfoɔ no mo nim sɛ wodi ka declare kora dada ɛwɔ ne yie mu a ɔyɛ den ɔyɛ
or declare the same
one all my licenses biya for you to go and mine two all my crack excavators in no almost 3 years in port for 8 months me I want Excellency John Dramani Mahama to prove to all journalists in Ghana here say we declare that by his doing by releasing all those excavators for us to see the damage it will cause.
But this senior still Galamsey ne koso.
You people are not fair. And we have to tell you.
Fair in what way?
Journalist. We are not and it is time for us not to even explain ourselves to you, but we explain ourselves to Ghanaians.
Now say we are part of
Ghana. What about 8 months? Excavators, a good port, correct? Musa Chamo is for ya, Musa Chamo say, or Muhin Anajo, Kotikwanso. And Abra wouldn't say, you guys are lazy without doing your homework.
Oh, no further checks. No
yes, I'm sorry, I would be able to walk. Your friend
say, I didn't turn out to be a lie, no.
No apology.
Chairman, but
no more changing narrative. No,
Munya Chusem.
Obinya.
They say Munjanya Chusem. You go school. So you are a papa. Munya, you are born in our Moyano. Honestly, we have to be on you. Young guys are more friends. What am I afraid of you? Simple as that. You guys are not being fair. You are not being fair to the president. No, but how many times I said the first Nanado for 8 years? How many times I'm a chance when you in the share? You get golden opportunity. Now, very much you, Juma. Abamant, I'm born about none of you. Ask him, say, President, why are there? I'm probably which question?
GJ President, engineering na name.
Forget the president.
No, GJ President.
I am talking about individual.
No, individual there.
America for one person.
Debi emfa ho el. Or say, yemre you may be sent as so emfa ho say say imagine emobo na baso.
Yes, someone who so be asema. You acknowledge his goodness.
Yes.
And you tackle his weakness.
Yes.
But you don't go in there prepare just to listen to one story per Galamsey. How on earth will you tell me, say, in the last 8 months, we have not fight Galamsey more than 8 years of Nanagro? Don't even go there.
But still Galamsey,
we will not be threatened by your words, sir, state of the emergency, then it will not wash.
No, the
truth is why? Why would we declare it?
Why?
Tell the constitution, maybe I just say declare state of the emergency. Why?
But say, still Galamsey,
Galamsey, Koso, to say the name Koso. Tell me, what is it going on like that? See,
But of course.
for now, I don't know how many how 900 water pumps.
Yes.
In 8 years, 900 water pumps. They check farmers. Did you see it? Did you see it?
Yeah.
Excavators. Do you see it? I am kind of crab. No,
So no, are you saying say Galamsey no? A confirm.
I come from drastically.
How?
Oh yes. Go and prove to us that it's Galamsey. Prove to us. You're a journalist. Prove to us. Give us the water bodies right now. Show us. The forest reserve, what we are doing it. Show us. Give us evidence. Mun kind of crop for once. Anything that I say, small medias I take you over no. And the big medias are suffering. Because what kind of cry? They speak the truth.
Manum small media.
Yeah, so be a so chrome ha. Ya bre 8 years. Ti enye man penya na adwi wo fia o ye adwuma. Muma yan so no mu. Yan kwa ni ye. Na ne nje. O man penya jina hoyi. Utimu se nini? Ina like what bre? Edi ebio no onya mamo. Edi ebio munyi ni pa ye. We are tired. Munyi ni pa ye.
Debio, o ka say environment.
Journalists are better say President Mahama has failed on the Galamsey fight.
Oh, yes, serious.
A journalist without analyzing
how. Yeah, so. We will not entertain any false reportage via her. It's just John Mahama and I want Mamu Kwai. And I move business as our questions. 8 years, when you're being beside a question. How many times did you meet the president? How many times? Why you didn't give me accreditation? I challenge you. Why you give me accreditation for 8 years for all the events?
Never.
Be fair. When you are there, let us feel like yes, this has never happened before. None of you did it. In 8 months, how many times have you met the president? In 8 months. Open corruption. Because I'm quite idea of my envelope. You go here,
No, Sina. No. You can't. Me my own cassette is in chair for my way. You can't do that. No. We are not interested. No, we are not interested with your envelope. We are there to ask good questions.
What was the good question there? Tell me what the good question.
You said we declare state of emergency.
Let me tell you the only good question that happened over there. Obabi sorry. Ebisa na kwan. Ebisa na kwan. Yes.
No, na kwan obisa sen.
So
obisa baby or not.
Oh, ya mo try. What Galamsey site? Oh, where? It's not for what you say Ghana my own.
Me free state region.
Me say it's a for what you say Ghana my own. We will tell you what we have to tell you. You have the right to do whatever you want to do to politicians, but politicians don't have the right to face you and tell you the truth.
No.
Man, you're quite your president. Namuba can't say, man, everyone put to a bagana. No, they won't be saying. It's everyone here to or money if I'm Gulu Ghana. I go, yes, or Mutima, I'm going to Ghana for Kapamofu. Stop that trend. Munja's trend. Stop it. End it. We are not ready for it. It's just something John Dramani Mahama. How many Munya grass are Galamsey? Yes, you people always like differentiating between illegal mining and Galamsey.
Corporate responsible mining. No
crap. No what can you afra? Who tells you Galamsey is illegal?
Small scale mining.
Yet say Galamsey, they and a dig Galamsey, but a gada and sell. So, Yama menum near Papa Noa or more Sassia. Said even big miners in a jahon or Cossan Yana. What you more when you be a President Mahama by what who say, and yet community mining. Nemum a ubia or one assassin. And you assume, and yet reserve forests are. But
the top because
what President Mahama is saying right now, they say, who assassin gold also, who need licenses, and our licenses who need. They say licenses and not crying you. Yeah, I'm a in our district. And Sikana wouldn't be out of bed. we o asase oniska we o asase ye be kama bom na ya mamo license
Bebo. Okay.
Responsible. Sakra yanka.
Mami Jai.
assassin influence
Mami do micro nti enko.
Mami Jai even journalist for no crowd when you to me kakakawe. No opportunity to meet the president of Ghana.
Na chairman, apart from Galamsey, no. Because I'm really so into that me person me face you because unti me nka say ntia esa.
We ain't say ntia. But I'm disappointed in you.
No,
I'm disappointed in you. Nyame akoswo Ghana ha yina no. Manya a golden opportunity.
You miss about renting. I'm a president cracker say Ghana ha. But so you can't say
and you see they have a prepared question. And they are asking that prepared questions. Answer already. I just say, a prepared mind. And I'm going to quote now. Hey, it's Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Any more time for negativity. He is ready to answer to Ghanaians. That's why only more opportunity.
Now, you're part of Ghanaians.
That is why he gave you the opportunity.
Yes.
Listen to it. Listen to
your question is you said the Magana for.
But Mama can't tell say one of the for a journalist to say he will campaign against the Senator John Dramani Mahama because of Galamsey. Are you okay?
But people campaign against Baumia because of Galamsey.
How many years? How many years?
I'm from the president and
how many years?
But I'm also no.
I'm the president.
How many years?
I'm for campaigning against Galamsey. I'm for a campaign against 8 years.
Journalist, professional journalist, investigative journalist. I want to ask you a question. Is Excellency John Dramani Mahama buying 8 months?
8 months.
Wama will be license on Otu Galamsey.
Never.
Is Excellency John Dramani Mahama buying over 3,000 excavators in whole ports? No. Wama may.
Yeah, nah.
Me. I want His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Yes, son, ye para chop. Mahama ye power chop. So open so who said, who ye juma. Sir, 3,000 excavators no. Mani we are no more than fat. No more go boom. Almost say you say 8 months. No other catcher who said this is what I stopped in 8 months. Look, let us encourage the man. He can't do it alone. Only ye juma. Yes, let's push him. Let's encourage him. And don't let us push him. Say he's not doing one and everyone yet. What should he do? What?
So, Mami Misao, Tinaka Coin, Pampa with the questions now.
No, Pampa, I'm encouraging him.
No,
Pampa, but I encourage him. Why you say, oh, it's a selection. Why are you
where the president?
Yes.
No, GJ President Ejina.
Forget GJ
President. It was that. I don't need to
say any introductory remarks.
To that. Inti Sakra, wish you are say. Journalist for bisa asem no. O man that president ase. Say why dey?
O ka se nkwa. Mo we nanka. Na o di wa do kan.
Ibuna karefa.
Ko hu nanka se nkwa na wi a wo boa.
Ibuna karefa.
O ka ho.
Inti ye GG president. You for what that president ase.
Oh, you mature.
Say why dey?
He was matured.
I don't need because I didn't any time o. Felix say. Wo baby say question ma question no nda ho beside em twitwitwum. Inti minya akwenya na many times say me
straight to the point.
Straight to the point.
Those are the points I'm going to
say.
The chairman antia say kakra ne say as a question na wose mubusa no muja ho na mubusa MPP for question na mfa so ni so.
As a one prefer one
so it is
of emergency
and such a minute one answer question no obi be say
no okay no
the campaign because
it's the president of president. President of president.
State of emergency I'm okay. It's a year say. Oh in here all the Galamsey people, all the areas, all the miners, Anglo Ashanti, all of you.
Meanwhile, the worst state of Adiano, it is no more than
what people are calling say, baby a Galamsey site, baby a Galamsey site in India has say. Galamsey koso.
Enye no, esuo mu na forest reserve.
I know ye call say, ebeya. President and declare a state of emergency.
It is I want to me radio near almost didn't kwasama. Yem to all the
Maybe I'm illegal mining.
What is the difference between illegal mining and good mining? No, you see, let us understand one thing. Say, God, maybe I do this here alone. Let us go. His John Dramani Mahama crowd excel what gold board has come to do.
Yes.
The gold board are bass or yeah. And the gold board
yeah. You see, Casemo, Yanni and Conforno Cancano. What you are from Mudina Montana? Mamma, you John Dramani Mahama, yeah, the beginner, yeah. And I heard newspaper, all the headlines, President Shah, paying for journalists, a cuckoo down. I'm an opportunity. Mutia, yeah, get here, demonstration or newspaper headlines. Look at what you wrote.
But Saka, you can't dictate.
John around the castle or say
you can't dictate for a journalist editorial.
Say, oh, why should we? Why?
But say you can't dictate.
Oh, okay. So I'm wondering. So you guys have to dictate for us.
You only dictate.
That's it.
Oh, there.
Me, the
let me call you a very much.
Never calling her, but let me tell you say. Yeah, a very same central region. It's also John Dramani Mahama said, "Oh, do I say Omuru?" And we say
fantastic.
And then newspaper one can by the country.
Send I am a queen our boss.
Yes. Now, pumps now you who say what must is in 900 pounds, almost over 900 pounds, almost is in them come out a 4 so omunje no find irrigation farm. The association John Dramani Mahama. I never 1 year in this 8 months any. Yes, they didn't highlight it. Here export. You to come her and a export. But a businessman have a catcher and say, $1 no my export to Adani News. Not knowing say over 42 billion. And you have coming free Ghana. And you are quote about you. Say you have told them about never ma scanner kaho. And the money. It's $1 no cost we na we now it's John Dramani Mahama. We need at say one capture. Yeah, ma omuko school. The same John Dramani Mahama. I'm on part. Up to now.
Precious are just no fee stress.
Up to now, one highlight it. And then the same John Dramani Mahama say, academic said there will be a security here now. Also the 1 billion. Every Tulu, all the security service. We are telling you, I'm 200 clock. And we use AK-47.
It's more to show me Busa police in the Vias was no. Congratulations on himself.
Sakra. Patrol Yanafa one.
I said, oh, by a young comedian, Mecana, OT. But the baby, say, and that's a
Saturday Bishia.
Say, a frown to me. Wow. Say a frown or say severe. Wow. Say a frown, Eric Yakwa.
Gift your warrior.
Wow. Say a frown. Gift your warrior. Wow.
Scholarship. One in a hero.
Let's say,
gift your warrior.
Sinna, with it. Yeah, bro, say, Saturday Saba. But Mamma Koya also. Ya Brem on the PR Rudima 2 drivers union.
I'm not almost the fellow so.
Oh, mama, spare pass for.
No, what a money muscle.
Oh, mama, ultimatum.
No, what a money muscle. Train. But what a money muscle.
No, now, but
because I don't mean
what is spare pass? Drivers union.
I don't tell me muscle.
Oh, no, so there's a more.
That's all I'm reducing.
So, that's all I'm reducing. I want to so. Yeah, you never call me.
Yao, Apome.
Yamiado.
Now, and talk about being a money about so kind spare parts for you.
Yo, Miriam, I said, na Yanchia on your tea for you na Yan can say. Be me ni nua mu a nke be din sendie ye gu efufu so ye ahwe ennam a ye de beto so ama ye e ba che onya botre hwe Ghana fo nyina anim se NDC urajo mama ye mana konya 4 years ena ye se onko tena achiri na onko ye remedials no wo pass ya ye be sa mana konya aba oba no o kan sembi ena ma Ghana fo hu se okotena achiri 8 years no remedials no pass it eninti ye dijawa na dia so oni ma so mo kai the resetting Ghana agenda eno na ma ye mu bi ye di achiri enti ye nyina ye nim se enye ene ye so ma reset ndi si ye boni ja se
on reset ya entena nka se bi obi enya atwem ba je wutie me ye
pa
ye boni ja se on reset ya entena nka se obi enya atwem e se okura do boa ne ye reset se o pese o tena amamuo no mu cha impressive ho
se politicians for they say
no
kan
kra ha ebi mu no me kan kura wo mu akire mo ne ba je region be na free buy Ofori Savannah region ba no na wabeka kire say bole ede ba bamboy kwan no enye ni aboja ni asiesie meba ni aboja ni asiesie na resetting Ghana agenda na
ekoso yeah you bisa say
na no bi me kai say omampanyiri bi tena ase yenko busa ne nsem ahia oman na yekoka say na tade ayefe e ma yo sre ebo nsentro for abanso o mabusa question na efe ekɔwi ase no wanhu asɛm ɛto wɔ mo o nyabotre wo kasa na meti adi eni nti mamo nya mo adwen sɛ sɛbi amanyɔfoɔ no mo nko na ɔman ne yɛ mo dia da bi ye nyina yɛ dia me asɛm ha me a me wɔ ho kwan sɛ meka ɔmampanyin sua ina ɔka sɛ ɛyɛ nasodie sɛ ɔmma kɔm ɛne Ghana ne bia me boa ɛnyɛ sa eni sɛ kɔm de me aminu kwan sɛ meka me wɔ ho kwan me abaso bebree no yɛbɛbɔ abaso a enrui na noi wo hu de yɛ poku ase ɛnyɛ me na me ni nua na yɛkɔfa baefo poku ase kwae no wo fi so me tena aka sɛ wo obedi matem edi ubi udi matem sɛ me bɔ aban yam si yɛnyɛ kwan a edi ewu sɛ ti udi matem a edi ubi
ya me twa no
ɛnɛ wo poku ase kwae no
paite with my show pokwase videos ya
bi adan pokwase kwan no
efe pa
enti won say menyanka ho hwi o until say mehu say resetting Ghana agenda ya reset pokwase kwan na ho me ka bibi a kire ma driver fo ne say ye ka kire mo say mo nto abama NDC ni owura John Mahama no mbe sesa kwan na maye no e no maye mo nto omo so a e ba me din that's when wa ya du ba bi ya da o man panya say na ye jai ochina osoma ya metimi akọ enti sa nkamfo ya wona ya tra Ghana ye mpesa nhyehyeye no atie biem ye nua ma omoton spare parts
ya hwe debi your video no o ma ye kwan na nkasa
sa wan de o mampanyin ko ho no enti yenso o mampanyin akọ ho aba adrover for mpanyin for so aye say ye be dane va sa video assistant referee no ye kwa akọhwe because ye ne nam kwan so ye kwa akọhwe se de ye pe no saa no maya na atwera to saa no maya na atwera to emre so a
yenko abusu kan
good hwe
mo so mo tete o nyama no so
mo mamo enya ne saa abusu kan mo nko atiri mo nya mo de spare parts dealers ni no mo nya
spare parts dealers na
ebi mo tobi wo takrade ebi mo wo magazine bi wo kokompe ebi wo eye sunwan de o mo nyina ne say me to abasa me kwan nye enti wa anya me kan wasem ena me to abasa fuel boarding want so me kan wasem na me ka say spare parts yentimi nto ne boarding ena me gina so to aba yenua mo eton spare parts no so ka say dollar boarding no so hwe so eye dey eto aba ena nyame ncha dom dollar eye 17 cedi empeso bi gu akire o de empeso na ye mfa nya hwe se de be ya me maame adwo anya ko ebe tin komo na si ye 17 cedi no se uyi $1,000 ma eye 17,000 titisika no 170 million ya to aba aban foforo aba wa ye nhyehyeye wo de se dollar ye 10 cedi o ye 11 o eye 12 o me ya be ma minim scam na mum me di ko gina 13 enti 13 na me gina 13 me nko ba bia ye fa ne say dollar e 13 cedi now $1,000 more 17,170 million and no na wunya ansa na o de ko to ade a ye ton no $1,000 and then ade kro na no wunya 13,000 me nka sa na dollar duru but me sere mo se ne ba me maame adwo nya ko beti ase enti 13,000 it is kano 130 million pasa si enya 4,000 na enya it is kano 40 million enti anu no enti yi 1 million say ye de teso ama me to aba say spare parts board means when ya won fa so Sasam no na ye ka ye ko shi omo mo se ye mo a year 90 days which is 3 months. Ye ka say there be enya sa na ye no say na a year 17 no aban se say ya na call 18 and 19 na ka won kan kire me say o ton 17 de na wie na wo kofa we no ba watum enya sa na mo ye no Jesus what ya muma yensu yen wo differences no na mo ye nyina woni me say spare parts ya asem aye kan hu chen COVID-19
we sure
de nti hu chen no kwan ahodo a ye nam so no obi wa the ball joint na etu obi wa na the long shaft atwe obi wa ne tie ene pai e ma kwansia ba meboa esi a nipa ye kum omo no e no so nchen de COVID-19 kum omo Ghana ha
even from January to June almost 1,000 something any
nti
oh ya kwan so
nti wo be ko no yesi ene ma no bo ne yente so no misika anso fitani ni so oh we crowd de hammer e pa na pampamu ne de hyem mawa ebe ye organizer say oh we crowd de
mo issue na den
ana na me kire mu yi
brem
ah na nya issue ya na me kan wasem no organizer so de the time for so send the kakra ho fa kobra ebe wi ase na apa ni yewu na ye ka 90 days ni ye no mu si adwa no ye si adwa no kire me se bibi ha o madwen bibi na ha o madwen ne kire say ye ti krom ha yi
omo ti se o si bibi o
na mi so omo mi di ya be ma akra fa mu ntwe mu mfrim ade ni nye social media nti mu ntwa clip no mo bi anwu se me na me ka say o tie mi wi asa ko
o si techiado
bibi ha o madwen omo spare parts for no ye si omo no me ka kire omo say sa si ya no mo ye ya Rollins bu omo no omo di tro kire ye say Rollins ni NDC mpe omo asem because ukuye say na ukonya aban o hye soja atade obabu nipa be 100 to ade wo store baako na wo nko wa hajake amedi aban na temu a nipa che wo bu nko na 100 ni presina onya ni monyam hwe now the entire America se bibi ho madwen no ye nuamo yawala tafo mo si omo ndi bodwa adwa ewo kro we mo wo de ye mfa de sa na tie ye ko Nigeria bi mu nko construction ho ebi mu nko so abofro tunton ho o man panyini afa plane akọ ye Japan ne Singapore adaya so akọ investment investors amoma ba no obi fa fom ba dia wo say oni de on fata say obebu ama o man chichire ekoso mi no man pay jo ma man ka me bo Nigeria for no buy
but say unim say your mind win any kwan say obi a foreigner boja juma no Bacho me ba mi nua omo ko America no ebi ngoji taxi ho me ba twen na no bi se ne ntwi okada wa ni echi send illegal enso ebi mu create adwuma omo ya aban na wusa ati omo breso no ye mra e de aboho bai de ntia me se me na me o man pe amebo omo ban ni die to false say Nigeria for ni
yabotre mami nchire
false Nigeria for no embeji ejuma normal people here no
o mama nchire mu ntia ase ye nua mu Nigeria for ne Ghana for ne kofa ne ma edeba na no na tachitia ka say Nigeria for no omo duty wo from wa na mu ze bibi ho madwen wono akotua duty wo Nigeria enru de ne yate ase ene ma no oyi no to efiri Nigeria na beto store wadi afaka atwam Beni meboa Beni fo be jani freeze on ante ne kwan so nkwa wonye ne hwe wadi afa Togo fo be jano enti obi fa plane ekofa ene ma ba oye duty obi fa fo mo onye duty odu apply wo no custom for the jano wansa anye enu aye no onu nyina ba betena store ho ena ono ne de no ewo down eche wo de meboa enye sa ono ne de no down che wo de wo su se ogu wa adwuma woni ni nyina so na call Dubai call Qatar call Canada call hen call Fabai good na se Ghana ni no ayere niema so mintimi nto me ka tai apai makokum nipa hoho ne se mete so ama Ghana ni na to na the tai ankopai na wo manfo no atimi anya ahode asomwa hwan na ye manbofo na hwan na ebo man enti ye de ye se sa ban suro no omo a ye nsuro omo enti efiri na ekọ yɛ de number bɛto gya wo a watew nneɛma so bia wo deɛ ka kyerɛ yɛn wo a watew nneɛma so bia brayɛ station na yɛ bi a bɛsɛe biara no yɛmbra wo store hɔ ɛmɛtɔ ne yɛnhwɛ ɔmo aka no baabi a ɔmo de ɔmo deɛ no bɛfa atɔn ne yɛhu deɛ ɔyɛ bɛrima wɔ kuro no mu.
Okay. Bɛrima no no.
Mami nka 1 minute in short.
Okay.
Hwɛ ɔwɔ sɛ meba no na mene no ɛka sɛ ɔmo nte ɔmo nneɛma so. Ba wohwɛ ɛnokura mu sɛ wohwɛ spare parts for now.
1 minute one. You're paid interview.
Spare parts for now. They are not fair.
Spare parts for your fair.
Because I'm not sure. Spare parts in last year, who ye spare parts or porter. So duty 400,000 and then 220,000. Over 150,000 savings. Into the driver's nickel, 100% truth.
Are you saying say abuso kan for nankasa spare parts for nankasa any no cre
money wo muti
exactly it cuts across even the markets your market na
sure omo ton oil
yes
omo ton rice a 40-liter container of oil and it cost 220,000 Ghana cedis and then 120,000 Ghana cedis
but some person better so
oil na auto if you abroche of 14 cities and then auto or the 11 cities 12 cities there eto at so drastically buying alone if you are buying a 40-liter container worth of oil full container o kotoa so now all the let's say 200,000 and then eto and then who here like 80,000 item no ato now we have a cleanse one as at so drastically. And she said the driver say for Air Canadian 100%. Look, you see, and I had be also be a career. No boys, is see, John Rollins Abaso. I feel no more thing I say.
yes
So Kalabule. Hey, nah, all the businessmen in Ghana here. Kalabule not even one team. They want profit more than anything. How will you tell me say? Oh no, I also say Ghana near walk Aboso Kayana any other place no. Wo engine menya engine F150 engine our boso kai almost 120,000 and me say me top so I have some friend in Nigeria and business on care engine money so you believe it was 24,000 Ghana
can imagine the difference
engineer Ghana na
120,000
ufro
yes
abuso kai
yes
or time 120,000
yes
that's 1.2 billion now offer obi on Nigeria say on check the same engine name on
yes
20 ayin
25,000
26,000
yes hey now here me wa Range Rover Evoque 2015 model I was so kai ha me chia 70,000 in a bill in Nigeria 2 million naira. Only converted 2 million naira is almost like let's say 30,000. 30,000.
Hey,
it's almost say I dread down team. And you see, when you want to even transport it to Ghana, they will tell you that you have to pay duty, you have to pay border and something else, and they calculate the amount of money. It is worth buying it there and bringing it here than buying it here. It's
me chano I don't know say Kranyama is far better than say Ottawa me order 75 inches TV
yes
na 75 inches TV no me nyano 5,000
sure
5,000
yeah
aha mo ton be 100,000 30,000
yeah
TV no 75 inches
yes
me de
that's almost $400 $450
me the duty can almost say a duty near 150 almost send me
sure
yes
$150 to me the can I think I'll be somewhere around
$600
me van say me to TV no to say 7,000
yeah $600 because the TV is $450
that's 75 inches no
yes
cohe almost
30,000
almost
5,000 32,000 QLED also the truth of the fact is the truth is yeah need a ho abro
nipa bibini
me say economy we own in the last 25 years of my life in Ghana here. I have done business in Ghana as an entrepreneur for the past 18 years of my life. Business a good, you be a good. And today, what we are enjoying under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is unprecedented. I have never seen say okay I say time ani akoko bro ni man no kalipo baharo. Now everybody was saying say enya dey ebe tin man so that.
Yes.
That was the notion because from day one.
Before.
Today, every single every single company there year saying promotion.
Yes.
Title, a picket.
And some furniture shops CB.
Remember 1 minute.
Furniture shops CB. Now, okwa amatro CD stable.
It's a job for you.
I'm so concerned. It's
1 minute.
It's cast across the society. When say nya honkwa, you kwe dwom mara moto ade nya dollars ati na so motisto omonteso. Na mo wie so am say mo anka mpasa mo de mrani hye mo nsem na mo stop sanko for no. You don't have that right. So be ye bibi na enya what you can do at best. So we go police for keep say nkonfo we so mo yes ade we but mo ye. But what the mrani hye wo nsem so cost stop we I mean you create a whole lot of what problem for the government. And you know saa nneɛma no a mo yɛ say ɔmo kɔ akɔ and wokɔ South Africa saa nneɛma no bi na ɛde baayɛ
those kind of nonsense.
na saa xenophobic attacks no because kɔfo bi de mbrɛ hyɛ ɔmo sɛm sɛ ɛhɔhɔ no gye ɔmo ndwuma nti ɔmo stop ɔmo hwɛ deɛ ɛde baayɛ. We don't want that kind of situation in Ghana. Nti sɛ ɔmo fi sɛ foreigners ne ti sɛ me nua akan ɔmo nte so ɔmo nte so a no person more enforcing Brana, they should report to the appropriate quarters for the laws to be enforced. Won't you inform them? Say, "Go stop poor be so turn near me cheap," and that's what you do. You don't have that right.
Nana Medasi, Yanko Boruso.
Senior,
just 30 seconds.
Nami Shira President Rollins baby will be na Kalabule Otu Susa Odi Sunkunim. And when a man G Dimbone was Shante region, they sank a view. Anti Santini ba Timika say ye de MPP ni twa me fruma omo boa omo ana ye Kalabule ye wo me etesimu that time no entoma ye koto ana ye de asie okoto esamu a na ye de asie okoto do to cry ye salai to nti enwo den o mi wo mo kofa ba na omo de asiesie nti enwo ye den a ni atona boɔden no wanya sika na dodoɔ na na ɛbrɛ
sina fa wani si mame
nti me de ma no sie no abaya ye bibia kama na akasa ye nyinaa no ye de ho ba jim ni abɔda ro sɛ abaya ye ne mama ye tete so ye ye
let us say